Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome along to PDR Tuesday night under the lights. We're here for the 2.4-hour Le Mans, sponsored by Mob Boss Graphics. And we are smack bang in the middle of qualifying this optional session. 20 minutes, single fastest lap is what's going to rank the drivers in their starting order. And early days into this one, right from the beginning, 2.5 men have set the pace for the 16.288 hot lap. Next quickest is the 16.7 to Valcam Nitro Racing. We've got a few other drivers yet to put a lap on the board. Try and get a sight on all these cars coming around. This is like Jingle Balls. Hot lap for them is a 19.0 that they just did on that lap. Try and get a look. Looks like it might be Braden up on the driver's stand. These boys, Tate, Braden and Nathan, going for the Best Dressed Team Award once again this year. Wait till you see what they're wearing. A massive shout out to everyone tuning in from around the country. Hope you can stick with us for the 2.4-hour Le Mans, our grand finale here at PDNR. Been going for 21 years, this event. A traditional Le Mans start is going to get us underway around 8 o'clock tonight. And then teams will compete for 2 hours and 24 minutes. Beautiful conditions here in Penrith this afternoon. Very hot. When Ian got here earlier to start setting up the track, 42 degrees he clocked on his dash. So it's been hard yakka this afternoon getting set up. The sun now starting to set. Long shadows being cast across the track. Oh, big crash in the middle there for Jingle Balls. Doing the durability testing early. So we've got 7 teams entered so far, 2.5 men. Let's go through the entry list for you. Oh, front straight, front straight, front straight. Stop, 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 front straight. Big crash. Slow, 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 front straight. That was a spectacular crash and a few pieces getting picked up. They got time to get it fixed. So the teams we've got competing tonight, Val, Cam, Nitro Racing, Steve Valletta, Cameron Kendall and Graham Kendall. We've also got 2.5 men, Darren Ibbotson, Ethan Ryan and Christian Coleron. Moore's Racing, who've unfortunately just had that incident during qualifying with Charlie Moore, Billy, Matt and Philip Moore. GFY Racing is back. Matt Oxford, James White, Chris Newland, Logan Ritzel and Callan Rockall are teaming up for another Le Mans attempt. Hot and Bothered Racing are making a debut tonight. Kieran Shorten, Stephen Tully and Jordan Howard. Be interesting to see how they go. Jingle Balls, Tate Firth, Braden Stanley and Nathan Sanderson are back. Defending champions, and they'll be running the #1 sticker if they can make it out on track a little bit later tonight. And last but not least, a late entry from FDC Motorsports, Clint McKenzie, Matt Fergo, and Scott Harris is back in the house, ladies and gentlemen. So they know their way around how to take on an endurance event if they can keep the car together in one piece. So we've still got time. We're currently in the middle of qualifying. 9 minutes remaining. We have a quick look. Still 2.5 men sitting at the top with a 16.2. Valcam Nitro Racing in second position with a 16.3. Jingle Balls in third with a 19.0. Moore's Racing with a 24.0. And no times yet from GFY Racing, Hot and Bothered Racing, or FDC Motorsports. So maybe just waiting for track evolution, waiting for track conditions to get in their optimum window. And the sun is going to set behind the Blue Mountains. It looks like Steve Tully with the transmitter in his hands heading upstairs. So Hot and Bothered Racing are going to be making their qualifying lap shortly. The Le Mans is open to all sorts of cars, so we'll have GTs, Nitro Tourers, electric Tourers, a whole variety of cars. And they'll all compete together for 2 hours and 24 minutes. Qualifying continues. Just over 5 minutes left. FTC have got out there instead of 24.7 for their best lap. Hot and Bothered are out there as well with 2 minutes and 40 seconds, their best lap. There's an improvement, 24.6 for Hot and Bothered. Good name given the conditions today.
2.5 man, GT1, Valcam Nitro Racing, GT1, and Jingle Balls, LMP2.
Nice lap there for Steve Tully, 24.744, new personal best. Oh, kicking up a bit of dust. That's going to make it slippery, as you can see. 4 minutes, drivers, 4 minutes, teams. 4 minutes remaining in qualifying. It's an optional session, and it just ranks your starting grid, which doesn't really matter given the race is 2 hours and 24 minutes long. It also gives you priority choice up on the driver's stand. That might be more important to some people than others. I want to thank our sponsor for the event, Mob Boss Graphics. Prepared some spectacular trophies that we'll be giving out. Obviously, podium finishes, our traditional entrant plates. We've got a Best Team Award, a Best Car Award, and we also have a new one this year called the Premature Finisher. And one of the interesting rules, just like the real Le Mans, to be classified at the end, you need to take the checkered flag. The virtual checkered flag will be run for 90 seconds at the end of the 2 hours 24, and you need to go under the Speedy RC timing bridge. Otherwise, you will not be classified. So you could be 40 laps ahead in the lead, but if you do not go under the bridge within the 90 seconds after the race, you will not be classified. So it's really important. You don't give up. You keep the cars going right to the end. Caution in the middle. Caution, Matt. So just keep that in the back of your mind, everybody. You must be classified at the end of the race.
Two minutes left. All right, 1 minute remaining in qualifying. 1 minute to go. Still 2.5 men sitting at the top of the 16.288. They did that on their 8th lap, and then they've parked it back in the pits. They know there's no point wearing out the car or risking an accident. So they're getting ready to go. 16.3 for Valcam. They're back at the pit table too. They look comfortable, ready to go. Oh, back straight. Oh, it's on the grass.
off the track. Watch the body doesn't flick up. Just giving Kieran a bit of exercise. That's Team Hot and Bothered going, oh, you got a body tuck there, Steve. I want to get that fixed up. And a crocodile. You got a cheer squad in the live stream. We got Tiffany cheering on from home. So this is going to be the last lap for GFY Racing, and they're going to bring it in. So that is going to bring an end to qualifying. Get yourselves ready. We'll have a team introduction, group photos, and a big individual photos. While you're waiting, drivers, can you get car number stickers? So based on the number that you are on the screen, come and get some car number stickers, put them on each side, and grab an extra sticker that you'll put up on the driver's stand in your preferred driving position when we announce you up in a qualifying order. So get yourselves ready. We're going to be kicking this one off. Start with group photos in probably 10 minutes from now. So just a heads up to all our teams. We've got the clock counting down on the screen if you want to keep an eye on that. That is when we're going to start the 2.4-hour Le Mans. In about 6 minutes' time, we're going to start our team and introductions, group photos and team photos. So if you can start getting the body cleaned up, get your teams together. Oh, hi, Fiona. Get yourselves ready. We'll have some photos and a quick driver's meeting in front of the driver's stand. All right, so it's time to start assembling in front of the driver's stand. So we get all teams, all drivers, and all your cars will have a group photo, some individual team photos, go through a few things with the drivers' meeting, and get ourselves set. If we've got any teams that are ready to go, come on up to... Check, check. Come on up to the driver's stand. We'll have your individual team photos. If we've got any teams ready to go. So bring your cars. We've got to judge a couple of things during the drivers' meeting here. We've got a Best Team Award and a Best Le Mans Car Award. All right, while you're getting yourselves ready and making your way up, welcome once again, everybody, to the Mob Boss Graphics 2025 2.4 hour Le Mans. I want to thank everybody for their support of this event. We've got 7 teams running tonight, and this is the 21st running of this very special annual event here at PD&R. Good luck, everyone. All right, let's get all our teams up for a big group photo. A couple more individual photos to go. Bring your cars and put them in the pit lane for our concourse best car award. A reminder to everyone to behave yourselves tonight. I'm sure everyone will have a great time. All right, so we've done the optional qualifying session. I'll run through that, the results from that in a moment. So you will get a short warm-up before we start the 2.4 hour Le Mans. Looking for all teams, all cars, all bodies. It is time to introduce your teams that will be battling it out for the 2025 2.4 hour Le Mans, brought to you by Mob Boss Graphics. We're going to introduce our teams in a qualifying order so they get first choice up on the stand. So make sure you get that spare sticker, that spare car number sticker that I asked you to get earlier, and you can put it in the spot up on the stand where you want to drive for the next 2 hours and 24 minutes. So with a hot lap of a 16.288. All right, so our top qualifier for the 2025 Mob Boss Graphics 2.4 hour Le Mans with a 16.288 is 2.5 men competing in the GT1 class. In that team, we have Darren Ibbotson, Ethan Ryan, and Christian Colleron. You may go upstairs, pick your driving spot. Round of applause for our top qualifiers. Starting in position 2 with a 16.388 is Val Cam Nitro Racing. That team consisting of Steve Valletta, Cameron Kendall, and Graham Kendall. You can get second choice up on the stand. Qualifying in third spot with a 17.864. Hot and Bothered Racing running a GT1. Drivers in that team, we've got Kieran Shorten, Stephen Tully, and Jordan Howard. Qualifying in the fourth spot with an 18.518. It's GFY Racing, also in the GT1 class. Team drivers in that one is Matt Oxford, James White, Chris Newland, Logan Ritzel, and Callan Rockall. You can give them a clap too. They're actually in the LMP2 class, so I've just got a correction there. Qualifying in the fifth spot with a 19.094, our defending champion team, Jingle Balls. Representing that team, we've got Tate Firth, Braden Stanley, and Nathan Sanderson. Starting in the sixth spot with a 24.091, it's Moores Racing. That team made up of Charlie Moore, Billy Moore, Matt Moore, and Philip Moore. Good luck, guys. And rounding out our 7-car field with a 24.744, it's FDC Motorsport, Clint McKenzie, Matt Fergo, and Scott Harris. I should have all the teams selecting their spot up on the stand. Put a number sticker in the spot where you want to drive from for the next 2 hours and 24 minutes. And we are going to throw the track open for a short stint of practice, just a final little shakedown. Take it easy. Don't want to break it at this point. So the track is open for a 2-minute warm-up. Track is open. Reminder, you marshal your own cars and call out your own cautions as much as you can from up on the stand. Track is open. So final chance for a little bit of a shakedown, warm-up session here. Just shake out the nerves, get ready for 2 hours and 24 minutes of non-stop racing here. 2025 2.4 hour Le Mans brought to you by Mob Boss Graphics. Easy. Have another go of that. There's our concourse winner, Moores Racing, running a Le Mans themed, I think it might be a Mazda body shell. Took out our best car concourse award. Oh, that's not what you want to do in warm-up. Caution in the middle. All right, all cars to the pit lane. Track is closed. All cars to the pit lane. All right, so you can start setting them up in the lane. So just a reminder, if nitro cars need to be turned off, the engine's off. Electric cars, you need to have at least one lead unplugged. So the starting order, position 1 will be 2.5 men. 2, Valcam Nitro Racing. 3, Hot and Bothered Racing. 4 will be GFY Racing. 5, Jingle Balls. 6, Moores Racing. And 7 will be FDC Motorsport. So cars in the pit lane, and your mechanics who are starting the cars make your way out to the inside of the front straight. Get your cameras ready. It's always an exciting way to start this event. All right, that's it. Cars in the pit lane. Put them close to the wall. That's the way. All right, so we need our mechanics to the inside of the front straight. So the order again, 1 will be 2.5 men, 2 Valcam Nitro Racing, 3 Hot and Bothered, 4 GFY Racing, 5 will be Jingle Balls, 6 Moores Racing, and 7 FDC Motorsport. We all in order? Everyone happy with that? Not super critical given that it's a 2-hour, 24-minute race. All right, all our mechanics to the inside of the front straight. Traditional Le Mans start. So wait for the countdown. When the buzzer goes, you run across, start the car, and put them straight on the front straight. All right, we've got all the cameras ready, all the paparazzi set. Good luck, drivers. We'll see you in 2.4 hours.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And away early is Jingle Balls. The lightning start. Their experience of these endurance events start coming into play. Looks like trouble for the Moores Racing. They're away now. Everyone is away. Clear the pit lane. Nicely done. And here comes our leader of the opening lap. It's going to be Jingle Balls leading us through. Valcam Nitro Racing, GFY Racing, moving up into the 2 spot. That's such a hard thing for Ian to not marshal a car. He can't help himself. All right, we're away. 2 hours, 24 minutes. The 2.4-hour Le Mans brought to you by Mob Boss Graphics. Enjoy the time, everybody. You'll be amazed how quickly the time will fly by. A reminder, you need to be there at the end of the race. The checkered flag will be waved for a period of 90 seconds. You need to go past the checkered flag to be classified. Otherwise, you will not be ranked in the results. So really important, you make sure you're there at the end. The Jingle Balls, oh, they were flying. They're caught in the Bermuda there, overshooting it at the bridge. It's going to cost them a bit of time. Already down to a 17.4. They didn't have that pace in qualifying. Caution, Braden. So that's the thing with the Le Mans. It's a mixture of cars, of speeds. Everyone out there together sharing the track, just like the real Le Mans. Oh boy, there's a few nervous moments. A few pucker moments, you might say. There are our leaders, the green and silver, running the number 1 sticker. They are the defending champions of the 2.4-hour Le Mans, brought to you by Mob Boss Graphics. And straight away, they are leading from the front. They had a great start off the Le Mans start, got away clean, and they're now out front with no sign of backing off. Oh, another little mistake there from Braden. The 2.5 men in the second spot doing a good job. 16.6 personal best lap time for them. Looks like Darren Ibbotson, the experienced racer here at PDNR, had a pretty stellar season throughout 2025. He's going to do the first driving stint. Interesting to see how long he can get out of a battery in the GTE car. Really slow and steady driving there from Darren. You can see him in the red and white car. Back straight, back straight. Braden, back straight, slow. Darren, back straight, Darren. Slow on the back straight, drivers. Slow on the back straight. Steve Tully, slow on the back straight. Slow on the back straight. Steve Valletta, slow on the back straight. Slow on the back straight, drivers. Matt. I think it's Matt driving. Might be Chris, is it? Still got a caution back straight, Darren. Caution back straight. Thank you, drivers. Well done. Track is clear. Track is clear. That was sensational. Well done, everybody. Really well done. As I was saying, Darren Iverson has had a stellar year at PDNR throughout 2025. He's the only car out there really that looks to be pacing himself for the endurance nature of this event. Contrast to our leader, the Nitro Tourer, driven by Braden Stanley. He is trying to throw that thing around. Down to a 16.7, 16.5 hot lap a couple of laps ago. So he is pushing hard, trying to build up a gap. There's Darren on the other hand in the red and white, just driving smooth, not overloading everything. Caution near the bridge, it's offline. Caution near the bridge. Caution before the bridge. Oh, easy on the front straight, guys. Patience with each other, bit of patience. Bit of patience and courtesy. Work together. It's a long way to go. 4 minutes down, 2 hours 20 remaining in this race. Activity in the pit lane. Our leaders look to have been called in for fuel. Trying to see if they've got a dump gun or a squeezy fuel bottle. Pete, how you going? Yeah, a couple of cars into the pit lane. EP car, GT. That's going to be Hot and Bothered racing in for a battery change. That's early and a flame out in the lane. Our leaders have flamed out. Oh, Nathan Sanderson having to work hard. Sprints down to pick up the car, trying to get the box. He's fueling the car with one hand, setting up the starter box with the other. Trying to get it on, lined up. Glow warmer goes in and they're back. Whoa, just in the nick of time. They drop down to P2. 2.5 men are now leading this one. So the red and white GT car coming through the middle. With Darren Ibbotson behind the wheel. Our new leader after a flame out for Jingle Balls. Easy through the middle chicane, drivers. Easy through the middle. Remember, this is a long, long race. You want to make sure you're there at the end. And it's great to see FDC Motorsport out on track. Poor Clinton McKenzie was wrenching hard right up into the last moment. Just missed out on the race start. But they're on track now. Heads up, Braden. Heads up. Slower car ahead of you. Work together, guys. Through the middle. Got our leader working through there, 2.5 men. And Valcam Nitro Racing into the pits. There looks to be a scheduled stop. Cameron Kendall down in the lane with his nice stop there. So Steve Valletta behind the wheel of Valcam Nitro Racing. Probably done the most laps around PDNR of anybody on the planet. Oh, a bit of chaos through the middle, easy through the middle. Back straight, back straight. Oh, good save. Oh, no trouble in the middle for Valcam Nitro Racing. They've lost drive. You'd have to suspect there might be a gearbox. But we'll see. They'll get it back to the table. Might be a drive shaft or a clutch. So plenty of time to get that sorted and get back in this race. But they'll be disappointed after a solid start. Steve Valletta, we just talked about him, our president here at PDNR, done thousands of laps around our track over the last 20 years or so. All right, so we pick up the green and grey of Jingle Balls back on the lead lap. The gap was 11 seconds. Caution, it's offline. Caution back right. Caution back right. It's offline. Got a marshal on track. Looks like Matt Fergo behind the wheel at the moment of the FDC Motorsport machine. We're hearing it's a box stock kit car. Looks to be a serpent colour scheme, to be my guess. Personal best lap time for Fergo there, 20.0. So he's starting to find his groove. They missed out on some valuable track time. Weren't able to get too many laps in qualifying. Missed the shakedown before the event. But they're out there now, and they know you've got to be there at the end. It's a long, long way to go. Yep, that way, Fergo. Keep going that way. So no sign of a pit stop yet for our leader, 2.5 men in the red and white GT. It's electric GTE coming under the Speedy RC bridge down the back straight. Darren Ibbotson still behind the wheel. Good to see they've got the headsets going, so that helps with communication, which is super important in these endurance events. They can talk to the driver, be a spotter, let them know about slower cars, cautions, and know when to call them in for a battery change. All that kind of stuff is so much easier when you've got a headset between the pits and the driver. Some more activity in the lane. Scott Harris, good to see him back at PDNR. He's got a fuel bottle in one hand. For Fergo, expect to see him in the lane shortly. Here come Jingle Balls in the lane for another stop. And has that flamed out again? It has. I've still got Braden behind the wheel. That's 10 minutes down. I wonder what sort of stint length they're going to run. Probably 15, 20-minute stints, I would think. The boys will do. Very experienced when it comes to the endurance racing here at PDNR. Successful last year after finishing second about 4 times in a row. Just missing out on the top step, but they got it done last year. And that's why they're carrying the number 1 on the side of their body. They're working their way through traffic. He's trying to get back into some clear air. Oh, front straight. So that stop again is going to move him down. Still a lap, so they've got to get... Our leader getting stuck in a bit of traffic at the moment, just being patient, which is the way to play it. Now that Darren's got some clear air, let's see if he can get back into his rhythm. Good work in the pits there for Valcam Nitro Racing. Good stop there, got it fixed. We'll see if we can get our pit lane reporter to go for a wander and see what the problem might have been. Caution bridge, caution bridge. Caution in the middle, Braden. Caution ahead, track is out. Right there, caution in the teardrop. We've got Anthony going out to fix it. Darren, caution at the teardrop ahead of you. Caution at the teardrop. Got a join out of position. Matt Oxford or GFY, caution ahead. And Moores Racing, caution ahead, Moores Racing. Still there, Braden. Still there, Matt.
One, two. 1, 2.
All right, so we're going to send Anthony Wasson down into the pit, see if he can have a chat with someone from Valcam Nitro Racing, see what happened.
Here with Cam. Cam, tell us what happened.
A one-way, so we just put a whole new box in and hope it works now.
So just the one way, didn't strip a gear, or?
No, gears were fine.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. How do you think you'll go for the rest of the night?
Who knows? Pray.
Best of luck. Test 1, 2, test. Test 1. Caution front straight, caution front straight. Go towards the inside.
All right, great to have everyone here watching along. 2.4 hour Le Mans brought to you by Mob Boss Graphics.
After 15 minutes, the top drivers are Jingle Balls, LMP2, 2.5 men, GT1, and GFY Racing, GT1.
All right, so I can only suspect there may have been a battery change for 2.5 men. So we've just dropped back down to P2. So just adjusted that volume back up. So, Anthony, did you see what happened? Did the 2.5 men come in for a battery change?
All right, so teams have already been running for just over 16 minutes. We just saw 2.5 men complete their first battery change. It looks like they're going for almost 14 to 15 minute runs. Definitely a lot longer than expected. With that said, they are sitting second behind Jingle Balls. So that is the Nitro Tour of Braden, Tate, and Nathan. Caution going to the bridge. We've got a car stuck. So caution right there, Tully. Team Tully. Who's driving? Tully, sorry. Oi, oi. All right, and we are clear now. Caution coming out of pit lane, go tight, go inside of the ripple before heading onto the bridge. We are clear.
clear at the caution at the bridge. We've got a tourist start. Caution right there. And Q still there, still there, still there. All right, clear at the bridge. It looks like Moore's Racing is coming to the pits. It might have just been a radio change. It looks like the car is going a bit sideways, so the steering trim may need to be adjusted to the right. Just caution on the back straight. Car slow on the back straight, going into the sweeper. So just caution going through the infield. We've got a slow car there, Steve and Q. And same for you as well, Darren. Oh. Caution just before the chicane in the infield. And all right, we are clear. Caution on the far right. We've got a car on the edge of the grass and the concrete. So still car there. All right, car back out. We are clear. Okay, so we recently just had Jingle Balls with a flame out. Not sure why. They've had a few already in this run, in this race so far. They are managing to hold on to the lead, but it's gone down to only 1 lap gap. 2.5 men. And we have a plane. All right, track is clear again. Caution going through the infield. Caution right there. Let's keep it on the right side of the track. All right, now you can turn. You may want to bring that car in and check the trim. Caution in front, Braden. Caution going on the back straight, Steve. Slow car just in front. Caution there again, Braden. Yep. Caution at the bridge. We've got a car upside down. Two stuck. Caution going on at the bridge. 2 marshals on track. Slow there, Darren. Caution back straight. Car facing the wrong way. Go wide. Car's still stuck. Go wide. Okay. There's more race you want to click? Oh, all good. Right. Just be careful with your rejoins. Make sure the track is clear before going out in front of another car. Obviously, there's a lot going out on track, so if you are driving and you do happen to spin out, please yell out caution on where you are, just to give other drivers around you an idea. Hate to see any races be ended early due to an avoidable incident. Looks like Moores Racing does have a body tuck at the rear. That won't be making handling any much easier. Moores Racing, can you bring the car to the pit to fix the body tuck? Just caution right in front of you there, Steve. Caution still there at the teardrop. Right, we are clear there. All right, Jingle Balls are coming in for the next pit. They are on the same lap as 2.5 men at this stage. So starting to come up to almost 30 minutes done of this race. So looking at the overall pace, so the number of laps forecasted for the rest of the race, we are looking at Jingle Balls potentially running a total of 489 laps. Behind them, looking at 2.5 men that are just a few laps behind that. And GFY Racing, who's currently sitting in third, are forecast to do a 414 lap run. In terms of fastest lap though, we have Jingle Balls almost a second faster than the whole field. That being a 15.3. We actually had to adjust our minimum lap time just to make sure they don't accidentally go too fast. Okay, so 2.5 men has just done a battery change. They managed to get on the same lap as Jingle Balls, but they've now dropped back down about 5 laps. So those battery changes are taking a while. Will it work out towards the end? We'll have to wait and see. I'll say right now, though, when it comes to driving an electric car, you want to make sure each of your stints have no errors. Maximize that time. That will help you going into the pits for the battery change later. So GDC Motorsport actually, scratch that. As I say, they're doing pretty well considering they actually started this race late. They're just coming for the pits for a fuel stop. Looks like no rush for the fuel stop, so that's all good. Looks like a driver change. So looking up on the driver's stand, it looks like some teams have already chosen to do a driver change, while some are still out there. Braden's one of them, still driving. So again, for a team to have all their drivers classified as finishers, each member of the team must complete at least one lap. So again, it looks like some teams have chosen to get that requirement done pretty early, while some will leave it till later in the race. So in regards to the battle between first and second, 2.5 men have been able to gain a lap back. If they keep this clean, there's the potential of them catching back up in relation to the number of pit stops that Jingle Balls will need to be making. In regards to the rest of the field, we have a same lap actually. We have on the same lap between GFY Racing and Volcam Nitro Racing. Both teams about to go to start their 85th lap. So that will be another battle to watch out for the rest of the run. Of course, Volcam Nitro Racing did have an issue at the runway earlier. So they are behind in regards to the number of laps they should have done already, but the car's going now, and that's all that matters. Going to the bridge. We've got a Marshall fixing the timber. Go wide, wide, wide. All right, we are clear. We've got a Marshall out through the switchback. So please from this, Steve. Yep, thank you. We've got a car stuck through the infield. So it is GFY Racing, sorry. And he's lost the wheel, lost the wheel, lost the wheel. Go back, Fergo. We still have Marshalls going on the right-hand sweeper. Still on track. We're clear there. Caution going on the front straight. We are clear now. So track clear, full green. Just a note though, the teardrop ripple strips are a little bit out. So you may want to take them a little bit wider. So again, teardrop ripple strips are slightly out. All right, we got Hot and Bothered Racing coming back in for another battery change. Looks like Tony's getting some good content of that. While out on field, we got 4 cars going at the present moment. So we are looking at Braden driving. Oh, is it? No, Tate. Tate's now taken over the driving role for the Jingle Balls. Just behind them on track is the Volcam Nitro Racing, which looks like Cam Kendall is the driver at the present moment. And Darren is currently steering the GTE for 2.5 men. They are doing well to actually bring down a lap. They've got the gap down to 3 laps now. Oh. All right, so going for each of the lap times. 2.5 men are currently doing the best laps over Jingle Balls right now, so the gap is closing. And we got FDC back out there. It might have just been a loose wheel. So good to see there was nothing sinister there. We've got a car parked at the end of pit lane. Looks... Oh, you got Jordan waiting for a clear track, and there we go. Good job. All right, just caution going on the sweeper. Just after the bridge, one of the timbers are slightly hanging up. So try not to take the try not to take the ripple. So again, that is the left-hand sweeper just after the bridge. Try and stay off the ripple. All right, so we will have a marshal out on the sweeper. So continue to go wide from the ripple. Darren's car suddenly stopped. Oh, it's all good. It's come back alive. Caution back straight. We're clear. Got back on the wheels. Braden was ready to sprint across the track. Tate must be getting really nervous up there. It looks like there has been a driver change for the 2.5 men. We now welcome Ethan up to the driver's stand. Let's see if he can make a bit of a dent in the lead of Jingle Balls. Oh, and they're already back in. Looks like a battery change already. So if I counted that right, that's somewhere around 15 minutes. So not bad. Not bad for GTE. All right, we've got a car stopped on the far right. They are offline. And we are clear again. All right, and Ethan is back out for 2.5 men. Let's look at the gap. So the gap has gone back to 6 laps between Jingle Balls and 2.5 men. So Ethan will need to put in some tidy laps here to try and bring down the lap count. In regards for the battle for third though, third is currently being held by Volcam Nitro Racing with 110 laps. GFY, they were within a lap of the team, but due to a tyre coming off, they have actually dropped back about 7-ish laps. So they'll have a bit of work to do to catch back up. After that, there is a battle between FDC Motorsport and Hot and Bothered Racing. Both teams are on 80 laps. So we might have a tight battle out on track for that too. Moores Racing currently sitting on 28 laps. They haven't been back out as yet. They did have some damage that they're possibly looking over. All right, and Jingle Balls just had their pit stop. Gap now down to 4 laps. All right, caution in the center. We got Jingle Balls upside down and potentially a ripple strip. So on the right-hand sweeper, try and avoid the ripple. On track, Marshall on track, fixing a ripple strip on the right-hand sweeper, so they are right there, Steve, so go wide. Okay, wide on the right-hand sweeper. Marshall is still there, go wide. Okay, and we are... Looking back at the driver's stand, let's see who's up there in a moment. We have Ethan Ryan. Steve Valletta is taking driving duties back. Tate Firth, I believe next to him is Matt Oxford. And then we have Jordan Howard. All right, so look in the timesheets. Looks like 2.5 men have started to get a lap back. They're now only 4 laps behind rather than 5. So this seems to be the going trend at this stage. They'll tend to catch up and then come to a battery change and drop back a bit. So if I am Jingle Balls, I would not want to flame out. We just want to watch out the chicane in the infield. Chicane in the infield, it looks like the rubbers are starting to come up. So just be cautious, try not to drive right over the ripple strips. The car might turn into a plane. Just caution at the bridge, we're just adjusting some of the timbers to try and stay away from the outside wall. All right, we are clear. Oh, looks like GFY Racing might be struggling a little bit. Not sure why. Possibly run out of tyres. We'll have to wait and see. possibly a front belt. So that is going to hurt their fight for third and potentially their fight for fourth, with Hot and Bothered Racing starting to make a bit of a comeback. Right, we are nearly 45 minutes down, and so far everyone's doing quite well. We've been relatively incident-free, minus a couple of pirouettes. Looks like Tate's starting to learn how to drive a tour again. His lap times have improved by a whole second.
After 45 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Jingle Balls, LMP2, 2.5 men, GT1, and Valcam Nitro Racing, GT1.
Unfortunately, it looks like it's something a little more sinister with the tourer of GFY Racing. Sorry, not GF. Well, yep, that's right, GFY Racing. And now we got Hot and Bothered doing a battery change. So it's going to get interesting for the fight for fourth. I have noticed that the car of FDC Motorsport is currently missing from the track. Didn't see what's happened there. We'll have to find out a little bit later when we go for a pit walk. Looks like GFY Racing is back out on track. What will be interesting is seeing how the tyres of the GTs are going. So a lot of drivers opting to use the PMT tyre, which is a rubber tyre. It's not like your EP style tyre. They do use real rubber, so they do get quite grippy. However, if you overheat them, they will melt. All right. So even with Jingle Balls doing that pit stop, they're still maintaining that 4 to 5 lap gap. So Tate's doing well to do a lot more consistent yet fast laps. Just caution going to the bridge, ripple strip out, right there. So go wide there, wide, wide, wide. Okay, so bridge is clear. However, at the teardrop, we have a marshal out on track fixing the track. So caution at the teardrop. Caution at the teardrop. Yep, right there, Matt. Steve, you'll have Nathan on the ripples. We are clear. Track is all green. Caution front. Looks like Darren's pulled out some prison clothes for a mat for pit stops. And here we go. Let's see how fast this battery change is for 2.5 men. So right now, 2.5 men sitting on 158 laps, where Jingle Balls have just crossed the line for 165 laps. So that gap is increasing. We'll be curious to know what the tyre life of the foam rubbers are and how many pit stops have been planned. Okay, and it looks like, yep, that's right. We got Moores Racing now going back out. There is currently nearly a 30, no, yeah, over a 30 lap deficit. Just caution back straight, slow car, all the way out in front with 172 laps. 2.5 men on 164. Volcan Nitro Racing sitting third with 148 laps. GFY Racing, 134. Hot and Bothered, 113. FTC Motorsport, 82. And Moores Racing, back out on track, currently with 32 laps. Oh. All right, so if you do spin out, just make sure you check that you're not going in front of cars. The GT will win. All right, we do have a marshal going out on track. And he's fixing. Okay, so just watch the switchback. We've got a marshal there. Go wide. There we go. And FTC are back out again. Let's see. Yeah, it's looking much better. Let's see once it warms up. Yeah. Hey, caution back straight. Car is out. Go wide towards the grass. Car out on the back straight. Wide on the back straight towards the grass. Go wide towards the grass on the back straight. Car is up against the timber. It is still there, still there, still there. Back straight is clear. Marshall working his way through the infield. You're right, Marshall, you're right. Okay, and you're clear to go across. And track is fully clear. So Jingle Balls did have a bit of a tangle with Malls Racing. Not sure if something broke on the car, but they're back out and running again. So hopefully it was just a pop of a ball joint or something simple as that, or a body tuck. So of course, if you do have a considerably fast car coming up behind you, best to just get off the racing line. Oh, we got the Tourers having a small battle. Oh. Right, let's look at our laps again. So Jingle Balls. 186 laps. 2.5 men, 181. So it's in around a 5-lap deficit there. And then in third we have Volcam Nitro Racing 165. So they may look like a lot of laps between teams, but all it takes is one error, one flame out, one breakage, and you can find yourself at the bottom of the order. Caution, the centre chicanes, caution right there. We are clear. The pits, possibly something wrong with their car, someone from their team needs to have a look at. So Moores Racing has a car waiting in the pits. And they're going again. Right, let's try not to cut the track. Let's keep it on the track. Okay, going from some hand signals, it looks like 2.5 men are due for a battery change, so we'll be looking for them to come in at any moment. The gap is now at 6 laps though, so Tate is doing well to pull away. Caution going on the bridge. Slow car at the bridge. We are clear. Okay, and it looks like FTC had a successful pit stop, so they are running. The motor is sounding better, 2-speed sounding better too. Hopefully they'll have a clean race for the rest of the remaining 1 hour and 24 minutes. So congratulations, everyone. 1 hour down, 1 hour and 24 minutes to go.
LMP2, 2.5 men, GT1, and Valcam Nitro Racing, GT1.
All right, I've got Logan up here in race control. He's going to take over the show. Good luck. No, I'm joking. No, so Logan, what team are you racing with tonight?
I'm racing with GFI Racing. GFY.
So, what's the strategy for tonight? So, in terms of tyre change, run. Oh no, we've been no Australian media. Oscar Piastri. Yep. All right. He's not allowed to talk. Okay. When are you expected to go out and drive? Back straight. Car slow back straight. Right. Sorry, Logan. So, when are you expecting to get out there to drive?
Probably in the next 30 minutes, hopefully.
And how long do you think your stint's going to go for?
Hopefully like 30 plus minutes, hopefully.
Okay. It keeps moving away.
Hopefully 30 minutes.
Give it a kiss.
No.
All right, thank you. So, I see Callum down there too. Callum, how are you, buddy? All right, Callum, who are you racing for?
GFY Racing.
Oh, have you had a run yet?
I have.
How'd you go? Oh, caution going onto the front straight. We've got two cars, one upside down. All right, we are clear. All right, back to, oh no, it's back upside down again. So caution, front straight, car facing the wrong way. All right, we are clear. All right, sorry, Callum. So how was your run?
I think I did good. I could have done better though. Just trying not to crash the car. Didn't work too good.
So I believe, would that be your third time running a Nitro Tour?
Second.
Second. So not too bad. Bit of a baptism of fire. Are you expecting to go back out there for another stint?
I think so, maybe in half an hour or so.
All right, so it looks like Logan and Callum are going to be racing at the same time. All right, thanks, guys. All right, looking back at the action, let's look at our lap times. So, Jingle Balls still out in front. We have 207 laps completed. Make that 208. 2.5 men are 8 laps behind. So, they are going slightly backwards at the moment, but I'm sure they have the potential to catch back up a bit later. Actually, looks like Darren's now back behind the wheel, so we'll see what he can do for his stint. Caution going through. Yep, right there. So, slow car through the centre chicanes and going into the front straight. Car on the back straight. So we'll just watch the rejoin. So people on the live feed, you may be wondering why there's no marshals out there. Well, when it comes to this event, for the 2.4 hour, you must marshal your own car. Okay, go, power. Caution there, Steve. Right. Come here, Tate. All right, so I got Tate Firth here for Jingle Balls. How was your stint?
Yeah, really good actually. The car felt super good after I put some fresh tires on there. And light work.
All right, when was the last time you drove the Nitro Tourer? It must have been a while.
Yeah, it would have been the winter champs halfway through this year, so definitely been a while, but good fun.
Okay, and going back to tyres, so you are one of 2 teams running foam tyres on the Nitro Tourer. Where are you in terms of strategy? Are you finding the tyres are lasting for quite a decent amount of time, or you're having to do quite a lot of tyre changes? What do you think?
Oh, look, to be honest, I think we're going to have to do another 5 tyre changes for the rest of this one.
All right.
The tyre wear's really high, so yeah, another 5 or 6 tyre changes for sure.
All right, cool. We'll have to get some footage of that if we haven't already. And to finish off, how do you think you'll go for the rest of the night? Going for another win?
Yeah, of course, going for another win. Nathan's absolutely acing out there, trying to clean up the GT down the front straight. But yeah, no, I think he's doing a really good job, and yeah, we've got a good team behind us, so we should be fine.
All right, thank you, Tate, and good luck with the rest of the night. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, so for those on the live stream, Jingle Balls do have their, I guess they're like Santa's really big helpers or something like that. So they got a little like silk shorts and a singlet on, very festive. So each year they try to come up with a different, let's call it a uniform. And I think, I don't know how many years in a row they've won best team. Yeah, definitely last year, or yeah, we'll have to look back and see. All right. Caution going to the bridge. So slow car there. All right, clear. Caution back straight. All right, whoa! All right. Cars flipped out of track, out on the right, so just caution going on the front straight. Also caution in the switchback. We have a marshal on track, and caution at the bridge. We've got a marshal fixing timbers. So try and stay off the ripple strip for the infield, please. Yep, right where you were. So go off the ripple strips in the switchback. Off the ripple strip in the switchback. Still there, still there, still there. Okay, and our track is clear again.